Cost-effective.
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 Ladies and gentlemen, mandugu na mabwana, karibuni sana. Welcome to another episode of Cost Effective. That's a bad sign. I was trying to make a cue.
Okay.
And it's been an interesting week of conversations with my lovely co-host
Mwende Mutemi.
Yeah, and of course yours truly. And we were talking about construction in itself it's never an exact science, and by that I mean that there are some tolerances that can be allowed and it can be okay, but there's kuna projects zingine
it's too much.
Waliachilia sana bana. Yeah, so we just had this conversation, and we thought it would be fun to share it with you by also just talking about some of the projects that ended up being some of the most expensive fails the world has ever seen. Yeah, and straight up, I remember in Campus there was this story we were told, and which
that I don't remember, but you remember.
Probably you skipped class. But
okay, yeah, on that day, very possible.
Yeah, but it was the story of the Tacoma Narrows Bridge. Yeah, it was called the Galloping Getty. All right, so in the state of Washington, United States of America, kule kwa kina Donald, spanned across the Tacoma Narrows Strait, a twin suspension bridge known as the Tacoma Narrows Bridge. It was built in 1940. During its time, it was the third largest suspension bridge that had ever been built. And of course, now it was a suspension bridge. Stuff that we are yet to see,
Do you have one in Africa?
I think Ethiopia has.
Oh, it does.
I don't.
Just tell me the name.
I
need to let me just Google.
Yeah.
Suspended bridge in
Africa.
In Africa.
And then maybe our producer can bring the bridge that.
But just continue.
The bridges that were launched in Congo. The one that was made of wood that collapsed. On some probably for contrast you can show some of
I mean they're showing me Kenya. I think this is where is this?
It's the closest expressway.
Though I'm saying a suspended bridge. What is this? I've never even seen.
Is it the Nyali one?
No, this is a wooden bridge. It's not. Experience the thrill of Kenya's scariest swaying bridge. I don't think we're. I think so. It's
Garindare.
Yeah, that one. Don't even know how to say it.
So we'll do some more research.
Okay.
In the Kenyan context. Anyway, at that time, it was the most.
No, I think South Africa has one. But yes, just continue. It's called Mzamba Suspension Bridge. But okay.
Are you sure that's how it's pronounced? Anyway, my South African friends can confirm. I hope they watch this, by the way. Now, where was I? Yes, it was at that time the third largest suspension bridge, and it was also very expensive, around $6 million. If you convert, this is 1940, by the way. If you convert that to today's money, that's
equivalent to $1 billion.
Close to.
Yes.
Crazy. Anyway. It's sad that it only lasted for 4 months. So due to engineering flaws, the dangerous winds and the bridge would dangerously buckle, and swaying could be seen even with normal winds. On the day of its collapse, the speed of the wind was about 19 meters per second, and primarily due to aeroelastic flutter both halves of the bridge twisted in opposite directions, causing it to collapse into the river. Fortunately, no human life was lost in the collapse of that bridge, but it still has become a popular topic to date, and that's how come we were learning about it in school, so that we don't repeat the same mistakes. Yeah.
And I think the most important thing is no human life was lost, because I think that's like the biggest, most costly loss.
Yeah.
In terms of such a failure.
Yeah.
But of course, that money is also a lot.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, you can always make money again, but
that's why you need very, very, very good civil engineers.
Yeah.
This is mostly, I'm sure this was the fault of the civil engineer. I'm sorry, but it is because no one else.
Well, there was no. I'd like to read the independent report. That. But yeah, anyway, they've already blamed the engineer. They're saying engineering flaws.
Of course, it was a civil engineer, no one else. Because everything, the design of a bridge is purely on the civil engineer. Okay.
Absolutely.
I feel like we can talk about another one.
Yeah, sure.
There's the walkie-talkie, which became known as the walkie-scotchy. So it was called the walkie-talkie because of its shape.
Why would you design a building that looks like a walkie-talkie?
Like a walkie-talkie, and then it's okay.
Can you imagine if everything else that we knew was named by the same person that named the walkie-talkie?
The walkie-talkie, I know, right? It's
Sleep and drink.
Okay.
Talkie loudy.
So, the walkie-talkie is a build.
That's a guy who's not.
You have dad jokes and you're not a dad yet.
That guy will not be stressed in life.
You actually have dad jokes.
Anyway, sorry, please.
Okay. Let's continue.
Sorry.
So, it's a building in London.
Mm-hmm.
So the name changed because of the building's glass facade and its radian, I think now basically the shape, resulted in a structure being an enormous concave mirror reflecting sunlight onto the street in front for about 2 hours a day. Due to the extreme heat of about 72 degrees Celsius, there have been reports of cracking tiles, charred carpets, and melting of paint and even cars. Because of that reflection onto the street. So the cars that are parked on the street actually end up melting. So that's why it ended up becoming now the walkie-scotchy. A sunscreen was placed across its curved face to reduce the glare, but fixing this architectural mistake cost about £10 million. And with such a building, I can only imagine that, leave alone the cost of fixing that and also the effect onto the road and the surrounding area. But can you imagine also the cost of ventilating?
Absolutely.
Such a building.
Yeah.
And keeping it cool and the heat it's reflecting into the building.
Yeah.
The glare.
Yeah.
And I think it's an office block, so even sitting by the window might be almost impossible. And also now the heat in the window. So it means there's artificial what's it called? Ventilation.
Ventilation, yeah.
Probably throughout.
And so it's a high cost.
Very high cost. So it's not only onto the surrounding area, but also, and I think now such buildings, you can imagine their carbon footprint and how much they are negatively contributing to the environment.
Yeah.
And I think we can talk about one more.
Yeah, sure.
And then finish it up with one more.
It's okay. I mean, I still hung up on that walkie-talkie. But we do have a similar building in Nairobi.
Okay.
Yeah, it's called...
Pre. Should I state the name or are we not allowed to? I don't know if it's okay for us to be saying it's harming our environment or it's not It's not sustainable.
I normally confuse the names of these two buildings. Let me just.
Let's start with a P.
Yeah? No. It's this one that's next to Uhuru Park. The one that's all glass.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. It starts with a P.
It's not Prism Towers.
It is Prism Towers.
It's not. It's View Park.
View Park?
Yeah.
In town?
This one. You've seen it.
But even Prism Towers is like that, no?
Yeah.
In Upper Hill.
No, but this you see now. This one is on the street.
Does it reflect anything onto the street?
You've not been there?
I've never.
Yeah.
Like during the day?
It reflects all the way to my house.
That far?
Yeah, that far.
Yeah, that far.
Yeah, because the sun doesn't set in the east, so I normally see that reflection from that
can
that
be
side.
So uncomfortable.
Yeah. Anyway, so we have a similar building in Nairobi. It's the View Park Towers because of its glass shape. In the right conditions, the road that's Uhuru Highway and some part of the expressway also become very lit because of that reflection.
And I think that now comes down to prioritizing aesthetics as opposed to the comfort of the community, because now it's affecting everyone around the building, not just the users of the building. Yeah. So. And
it just hit me right now, by the way, that it was a walkie-talkie building.
Walkie-talkie building.
This one is called
Walkie-scotch.
This one is it's View Park because it's next to Uhuru Park.
Really?
Yeah. So Parky View here. These are people who don't want stress in their lives.
I know.
View Park.
Yeah. Oh, I've actually never realized that's why it's called View Park Towers.
It's next to the park.
Okay. Interesting.
Anyway,
to know.
One of the most iconic buildings also, becomes part of our list, which is the Sydney Opera House. The Sydney Opera House is adored across the globe, but even though you can't tell from the look of it, it ranks as one of the world's failed projects in terms of planning as well as construction. The structure was supposed to be completed in 4 years with a budget of 7 million Australian dollars. But instead, it took 14 years and a total of 14 million USD. 1 million per year. Along with this, the Opera House ended up becoming a place where musicians couldn't hear their music due to acoustical flaws as well as improper planning. The Opera House and stage production halls somehow were switched and housed wrong, leading to other high expenses. Nearly 300 million Australian dollars to rectify the acoustics.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me just use context here.
Okay.
AUD to KES.
Yeah. KES is Kenya shillings.
Kenya shillings.
I've never had anyone refer to it as KES.
Well, there's a first time for everything.
You'll forgive us. We're also in a construction site.
Yeah. It's okay.
Active construction site.
Yeah.
Unwillingly. We just found ourselves in one.
It's part of it. That's about 2.7 billion.
Wow. But I think such flaws come in due to lack of research. I would want to believe maybe the construction team did not consult on people who work and on a daily basis use this kind of buildings to know what they look for, the difficulties they've encountered, what affects. You need to properly do your research. If you're going to bring in an expert, it might cost you a bit, but it's going to save you from such mistakes. So you bring in an expert and they will advise you on what needs to be done in terms of soundproofing, in terms of the materials, and so much more, so that you don't have to now go through this at the end of the day.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So in our next section or our next segment, there's something special we're putting together, and we want to give you localized examples of
most expensive mistakes in Kenya.
Yeah.
And there are many.
But also we'll make it relatable because we'll be talking to individuals like yourselves and ourselves who have been in this construction process, and some of the things that they've encountered that have led to their projects not being as cost effective as they would have loved them to. And also, again, our comment section is open, our DM as well. Please feel free to reach out to us, share with us your experiences, your stories. We'd love to hear from you. Yeah, I think I've hammered the point.
The
home.
Same way the hammer.
Do you have anything else to hang on that nail?
Just to say thank you so much for tuning in again.
Yeah.
And see you next time.
Yeah, thanks, Monday. Okay. Thanks, producer Bana.
There's a producer here. Next time we'll just bring him to this side.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you.
See you guys.
Okay. See you.